Okay, it's live. I'm just going to pause it on the other end. Give me a second. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to my Wednesday night live stream. Today I have a very important show. I think everyone needs to be aware of what is happening in South Africa. And so I have a South African. His name is Johan. And say hello.
Hello, all the people.
I really appreciate the fact that you've made yourself available to do this today. Now, I know you're not a farmer, you're not a white South African farmer, but you are a white South African man who has been dealing with all of the institutionalized racism that's happening in your country.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the new law that just passed? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the new law is difficult for our white South African men because we're not allowed to we can't go anywhere to work because they tell you that it's a BE program and they already got too many whites in the company. So everywhere we go for work, they just show you a way.
According to the piece of paper, I actually posted it up on my Facebook page. It says that it characterizes a South African as Indian, colored, or black. It completely excludes white people.
Yeah, if you go to the companies, they say in the BE program, the Indian and the colored and the white are combined as one. So in the company, it must be like 97%. Most of the companies tell you 97% must be black. And when they already got two white or colored people working for them, there's no post for you. They will advertise the post. They will tell you, yes, you qualified for the post, but sorry, we're not allowed to help you.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to find the piece of paper that I'm talking about. It says here, application requirements. Applicants must be South African citizens, African, colored, and Indian, above the age of 18. Applicants must be in possession of their own livestock branding certificate. And this is an advertisement invitation for applicants to lease a state farm, Lahari West Farm. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yes, I see it a lot in the newspapers. And some do say all are welcome. It's an open interview, and when you go for the interview, they will call you the next day and tell you, sorry, we're not allowed to take you. Or we don't have any open position for white men. And 90% of the times they ask for people with experience in my trade, welding and fitting. I was doing all the time the repairs on the farm equipment, on the mine equipment. I was repairing the mine buckies, making the mine buckies safe for the mines to go underground. And the last one also said to me, sorry, sir, but I must hire a black guy. I asked him not to fight with him. I asked him, listen, but you asked for someone of experience. I've got all the experience. He said, no, sorry, I can't help you.
Okay, so I'm just going to recap what you just said, just in case anyone is tuning in now. Johan here meets the requirements of the job that was applied for, but he was refused the job because they needed the quota. And the quota was that they needed more black people and less white people. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
That's ridiculous.
I've got the experience. I'm also telling the guys, I'm willing to train your black people to give them experience that I've got for free. I'm not a racist. I believe everyone has their place on earth. Everyone.
Yes.
But they putting me down. I must support my two sons and my wife, but I'm not allowed to work.
Because of your color.
Because of my color. And I never in my life heard any person, but some black people took my brother away from me, and I didn't go after them and kill them after they killed my brother. I let the justice do his job. I didn't do anything.
Was your brother a white South African farmer?
Yes, he was a white South African farmer, and he did have 182 black people working for him. And a security officer from the bank followed him home, and they killed him on his farm.
So how did they kill him?
Him and my sister was sitting in front of the TV on New Year's Eve. They hear noise, and when my sister stand up, she just told us afterwards, the guy jumped through the door and shoot my brother in the chest. He put my brother's dog that she bought him for Christmas, this English bulldogs. She put it on top of his stomach, and they shoot it again, the dog and him again. Then the one guy said to my sister, now it's your turn. He took off his pants and he started running. The whole house, when I came there after the police called us, was full of blood because they hit the other dogs against the walls, and the whole house was full of blood. We found my sister in the bushes, hysterical, and it's now 10 years, and she's still afraid just to go out of her house because she said maybe they will come back. But we never do anything against them. There was 182 of them working for my brother. They all testified that day in court when they catch the people. This guy was a good guy. He support us. He give us everything we want. But a black guy killed him. And now we must all suffer because he was supporting our family and my mother. He was the one of the business. So we can't do anything now anymore.
I'm so sorry. And your sister, how is she going?
I saw her December. I went to visit her, but as I said, if we go to town, she's older than me. She will grab my arm and just ask me, just hold me, I'm so scared. I said, don't worry, man. She said she can't, when she see a lot of them together, that night is going over and over in her head. She went to go to the doctors, they tried some therapy, but she said a lot of times at night, she wake up and she hear noises, then she's so scared, she will call us, then we must drive to and try to calm her down.
She has PTSD?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she can't get over it. She said that night, playing over and over in her head, and her husband screaming, what is going on? And then they just shot it. And the worst part for her, they hold her, they put the dog on top of him, and then they shoot the dog. I don't know why they do that.
Do you think that the problem is that the government essentially has sanctioned murder, almost? Like the life of a white person has been, like in Australia, in the US, a lot of us talk about abortion, and those of us who are Christian say that the life of the unborn is worth the same as the life of a normal human being out of the womb. But the left and many on the left say that, well, no, it's not a person, it's not a person. Do you believe that the same argument can be applied to white people in South Africa, that you have been depersoned?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because as I said earlier, I believe in life. I'm a Christian. A lot of people aren't. I believe in God.
Yeah.
And I believe God put us all on this earth for a purpose. But why must I be punished for what my grandfathers and their grandfathers did do? I didn't do it.
No.
I'm trying to make an honest living. I'm helping people. In my town, anyone, all over the world, the media is more than welcome to come and have interviews with the people around me. And they will find out that I, in my life, help all, black and white. I never went, last week, I stopped on the road. A black lady was having a problem with a car. I stopped, I helped her.
Yeah.
She said to me, you know what, this is the first time in my life a white guy stopped to help me. I said, but if you are having a problem, why am I not allowed to stop?
Yeah.
She said, yeah, not all whites are bad. I said, no whites are bad, no blacks are bad. It's the government of us that makes us bad because they putting us against each other.
Do you believe the beginning, the catalyst for this division that exists happened when Mandela was voted president?
I would say after Mandela was released and after he was president, the whole thing changed because
Everything got worse.
Mandela was a very good person. And as you know, I was a prison warden, so I did look after him the last few days. And he was an excellent person.
Yeah.
He's a very clever man. And he was not a racist. That I can tell you straight.
A rapist?
Because he said he was not a racist.
Oh, a racist,
never.
Not a racist. Sorry, I thought rapist. Sorry.
No, he was never, because when he was sick, who did look after him? A white lady. He was not a racist. But after he passed away, the things got worse.
Okay.
Then, because he said no one is allowed to take a life. But after he passed away, there's no law in South Africa. As I said 3 weeks ago, we've been robbed. They hurt my wife.
Yeah.
They attack her, and the SAP, the police, just say to us, don't stop there anymore, stop by other place. That is not a solution for us. We're not safe here. My brother was being killed. We must just get over it. But if one of them was an accident, the whole newspaper are full of it. The world doesn't know how many farmers are being killed in South Africa.
I think
No one knows.
I understand that you're in a very particular situation right now, so I don't want to get you in any trouble. But according to my research, and I'm not going to ask you to agree with me at all because I don't think that would be wise, but according to my research and everything that a lot of people on the right of politics are aware of, Mandela actually was a terrorist. He at least in his 20s. He might have changed later on, but he advocated the bombings of churches and shopping centers, and many children, black and white, died. So I don't want you to say anything, though. I just felt the need to say that because I think that's wise for people to be aware of, those who are not aware. He's not as good as people think, and his wife was much worse. Winnie put tires around people, black people and white people, and she would burn the tires, and then they would be killed that way. They would slowly burn alive. Are you yeah, I just felt the need.
I was aware because in that point I was in the army and we were there. I did see it.
Sorry, what was that?
I did see that incident you were talking about because I was in the army at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see it. Okay. I don't say names, but I did see it.
Yeah, and so also I was talking to you off camera. I just want you to repeat what you said before. Do you believe that apartheid is okay, so apartheid was obviously bad for black people, and it should have never existed, that the white people have a water fountain over here, and then the black people have a water fountain over here, and then the white people have a toilet over here, and the black people have a toilet over there. I don't believe that is helpful to anyone, but by the same, but at the moment, the apartheid you're dealing with is torture and murder. The white people never implemented that during the time that apartheid existed before 1994, correct?
Correct. White people didn't go to farms and shoot them.
No.
White people didn't go in their houses and kill them. They did the wrong thing to say, this is your part, this is our part, and we mustn't eat together and we mustn't do this together. But in the time now, if you go to a restaurant, they will also tell you, don't sit next to me because my culture say I'm not allowed to sit next to a white person. So they also do it.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, sorry. I thought I lost you.
No.
So if you go to a Johan? Johan? Crap. Johan? No. Sorry, guys. Hey guys, maybe send a few super chats and then I'll send them through to him while I try to get him back. I didn't mean to get so teary. I ruined my makeup. He's not there. Johan, can you hear me? If you guys can share it around as well, share the PayPal link to as many Facebook pages, Minds pages, Twitter groups that you can. That would be really helpful as well. I think, yeah, while I try to get him back. Let me just go through I'll go through the chat in the meantime. Someone said that I was wrong about Mandela. I don't know why you, dear. He was not what? He was not actually a terrorist that bombed us churches, because he was. Awful situation. I'll just be listening while driving home. That's fair enough, Benjamin. At the moment, I'm trying to get him back. Yeah, I know I'm right. Nimble Madman Bob. But someone above is saying that I'm wrong about that, and my guest is obviously not going to say that for very good reasons. I don't understand why they all didn't leave years ago. Maybe, Margot, they don't have the money, or maybe it's too difficult. I'm going to try and get him back because he's missing. Sorry, everyone. I'll ask him why he decided to stay once he comes back on. All right, I'm gonna try and get him back. Hang on. So he's not answering my phone call. Yeah, anyone seen any good movies lately? Sorry, everyone. I know I'm being really. I'm not being myself. I'm not being sort of happy, silly, intellectual. No, no kidding. He's not answering my Hangouts call. The government makes it so hard for South Africans to migrate here. We should be ashamed. Agreed. Dear Beltran, he was not a terrorist. Search for his. I'm saying he's a terrorist. Maybe he didn't have the title of terrorist, but certainly blowing up churches and shopping centers with kids in them, in my book, makes you a terrorist. Maybe that's not how he's categorized, but I'm saying he was a terrorist. Steve Ali, makes you feel really lucky to be living here in Australia, but for how long will it all last? Exactly. We're slowly going down our own S-hole. South African Jews continue to successfully leave South Australia, unlike Christian Afrikaner Boers. That's an unusual stat, isn't it? Can't they assume refugee status? They should be able to assume refugee status. A lot of the Jews that left South Africa after they ruined the nation came here. I think Australia has the second largest population of white South African farmers outside of Australia, according to my research. So that might be true. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to call him again. I saw what you wrote, Alan. I don't know whether that's true, but even if they did support it, they weren't killing black people. They were just segregated, which isn't any better, but at least no one was being murdered. I don't know what's happening. He's not answering. And Margot, it's the black Christians who care about the white South Africans now. The South African gold and diamond mines remain untouched and untroubled. I don't know about that. I can't discuss something I'm not aware of, but I'll take your word for it, just saying. Okay, I'm not having any luck. His phone died. Charge it at the same time. We are still live. Hi, Australia from Greenland. Hi, I didn't know I had viewers from Greenland. when I look at my demographics, the country, I see Australia as my biggest audience. Then I have US, England, Colombia and Spain, like tiny little bits of Colombia and Spain, which makes sense because of my heritage. And then sometimes I have India, which is surprising. But I've never seen Greenland in there. Sometimes I've seen Ireland, depending on the video that I make, but yeah. His phone died. It's currently charging. He's responding now. I don't have fans everywhere, Australian Protectionist Party. Oh, here, there he is.
I'm back. Sorry, man.
That's okay.
My phone just died on me and I put it on charge again. Yeah.
That's okay. No one is angry at you. Everyone loves you.
Thanks.
I'm just reading comments from the section, but screenshot. Anyway, all right. So we'll go back to what I don't remember what we were talking about when your phone died, but I think what I was telling you was that I was saying that apartheid, I don't think was good to the soul of a black person because they were treated so differently. But I would say that what they're doing to white people now is similar and worse.
Yeah, it is worse.
Far worse.
Because that time, as I said, there's some places you're not allowed to go in with them or they know. But now it's worse because our forefathers did not kill and shoot them in their houses, as what happened to my brother. So I think it was not right, but now it's worse, much more worse than it was.
And have you met a black person with hatred towards a white person? Have you met one of these people that's possibly been a murderer?
Yes.
You have?
As I said, I did work in prison. I met them, a lot of them.
Oh, in prison, no, that's right. And
yes, and they tell you straight, if they come out, they will do it again because they hate us.
And where is that coming from? Is that coming from groups like the BB, what was it called, BBS?
Yes.
It's coming from them?
I think so. They talk to each other and they make each other angry against the wrong people.
Uh-oh.
Let's notice.
I can't see you.
Wait,
It's okay.
This phone is not under it.
That's okay. Well, we're going to struggle, but we'll get there. Would you say that there are that not all black people are obviously murdering people? There are probably, are there Christian black people or maybe non-Christian black people who are fighting for you?
There is.
Yes.
I know a lot of them that is Christian, that's not for violence. They said we almost stay together. There is a lot of them.
And are they persecuted by other black people?
They're also getting attacked by their own people, yes.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. Because I met a lady when I was still working in prison. She worked for me at my house, looking after my daughter, and she said to me, she showed me her back, and she said they hit her with some bok and I don't know what else, because she's working for a white guy. And other people said she's not allowed to work for us. She said, but there is no other place for me to work. But they still hit her.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't say all of them.
No. Well, so, and from the things, I released a video about 2 years ago before this interview with you. I've been actually very much involved with this South African subject matter for quite some time. Not physically, I haven't gone to any rallies or anything like that in Melbourne where I live, but I've been making videos about it. One of the videos I made got taken down by YouTube because of the graphic imagery that I showed. The imagery was of little children being boiled alive. little white children and white mothers and white fathers whose insides were cut out of their body. And I probably shouldn't, say it like that to you because that's very real. But the point is that the media is doing everything in its power to suppress it. Does that anger you?
Yes, it does. If I were allowed to show on media what happened to my brother, and the world can see what happened in that house that night, I think a lot of people's eyes will definitely open. Because, as I said, I work in prison. I did see a lot in my life. I'm not just sitting in the office and hear some stuff. I did see the real life. But when I walk in that night in my brother's house, the living room to the kitchen to the bathroom.
I can't see you.
Right, I'm coming. Ja, sien. Jou foon is so op die kop. Wat gaan jy? Asseblief, help me.
Someone in the audience, while you get your camera sorted,
Yes.
I already asked you this off camera, so I can answer the question while you fix your camera. Why hasn't? Oh, okay, you're back. Oh no, okay, you're gone. Can you ask him why he hasn't emigrated to Australia? If he has mining skills, there is a good money and lifestyle over here in Western Australia. You answered that to me off camera, but did you want to answer why you haven't migrated to Australia yet?
I applied.
Or to anywhere.
I did apply for jobs there. They said to me I must be able to look after myself for 1 year because I've got a family. So I don't have the finances to go there and look after myself for 1 year. I can't. I just, I can't do it. I don't have that kind of money.
There you go, guys. That's why he can't come to Australia anytime soon. But you're surviving and you don't work in the prison ward anymore because they kicked you off. And so now you're surviving on odd jobs here and there. Yeah. Well, I hope they have 26 people watching. I have no idea how many of them actually give a shit, but I hope they all donate. I'll obviously be donating. I've shared it everywhere. I think you deserve the help. What do you say to people who flat out deny that there is even a problem? That there's no such thing as white South African farmers or white South African suffering. It's a myth. It's stupid. It's a lie. The conservatives are just saying that because it's promoting white people and white people are bad.
I will say that people must stop talking and they must seek out the real people, and they can come to us who are through that stuff, like with my brother. They come and interview us. We can show them the pictures, what we're going through. I'm willing, if they are, to walk with them through our town. And then they will realize what is actually going on. Because everyone is going on media this and say this, and then the people are lying, the East works. They're more than welcome to come and see my qualifications, and then they can see how I'm living, because I can't get a job. For one reason, I'm white.
That's ridiculous.
And they're more than welcome to walk with me in town, and I promise you, I can make them a bet on that thing. They will walk 5 minutes with me in town, and they will ask me, please take me to airport, I want to go back.
Yeah.
Especially on a weekend. I will show the guys what is real life. This is not a wild country that all the people are saying lions are walking in the street and this and this. That's nonsense. Come and see what's real life here. They're more than welcome.
For sure. Do you have an understanding, I don't mean this in a condescending way at all, but do you have an understanding of left and right when it comes to like politics?
Yes.
Yes. Where are you?
I will say at this point, I don't know where to stay anymore. Because on the left side,
country to
the
country,
people are making, the left side people said, no, we will support you and we will help you. It never happens. The right side, same story.
Shit.
Everyone in South Africa's got a problem. Because the black guy who's in power now, looking after himself.
Yes, that's blatantly
The
obvious.
white guy who's got a black partner with him will also look after himself and keep the black guy happy that he can still make money. So he's too scared to do something or say something. That is the biggest problem here.
That's ridiculous.
It is, because the white guy who's got black partners in his company can't go against them. Then he will lose his company. The ones who still got their own companies.
They're capitulating to higher demands, or to the.
Yes, they must wait for that guy, the black guy, to tell him, listen, you do this and this and this, otherwise we close down your company. And if you're making an honest living and you're making good money to support your children and all that stuff, you won't go against them. That is the biggest problem here. No one wants to stand together as one.
Do you remember when South Africa was once great? Do you remember it when the economy was booming and when the white people had colonized and settled the land and made it what it is? Do you remember that time? And does it seem like a distant memory of the past?
Yes, it is in the past now, because what they build up, it's broken down now.
What's broken down now?
The whole economy is broken down. The whole country has been broken down.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
You can go on Google and search a few years ago how nice was the beaches and all the stuff in our South Africa country. And then you go and look today. People are sleeping on the beach, slaughtering stuff on the beach. You're not safe to go anymore. My parents were staying in Cape Town. We can't go to the beach anymore because there was also another incident. I forgot, one of my school friends. We went down to the beach, 6 o'clock at night. It was still light. It was not dark. And we wait and we wait. And when we found him dead on the beach with a knife in his throat. So it's not safe to go anymore to any beaches if you are alone. You must be in groups of 50 or more to go somewhere. Jeez. And that's not nice to live like that. You can't go with firearms and all that stuff and protect yourself just to have one day with your family. That is must not life. If you are off the weekend or for a week on leave, you need to relax. You can walk in Melbourne. You can.
Happened again. I think his phone keeps dying, even though it was charging at the same time. Our government insists on repatriating the children of that word fighters, but will do nothing to help non-Jewish Boer farmers. Well, he's a Christian, so let me just see if I can contact him again. I don't want to stop this interview. I have like so many more questions I want to ask. If you guys want to donate to him, donate to his PayPal, send me a super chat, and then I will transfer that to him. I don't know. I from what I heard, he only got 3 donations, so that really bothered me. So if people can donate to him, that would be really good. His sister has PTSD because she witnessed the aftermath of her brother and dog being shot obviously with bullets. It's just really bad. He needs to make it in his country for a year before he can attempt to come to Australia or New Zealand, was what he was telling me off camera. Okay, he's off. He's completely off. He knows what to do. So yeah. I know you guys are saying how sad this all is in the comments, and I don't mean to be belligerent and to put pressure on anyone, but please donate to him. Like, don't donate to my channel, donate to him. Send him some money. Even $10 makes a difference. There's a $3 fee through PayPal, but like if every single one of my subscribers is about 2,000 something could just like literally send $10, even $5, that would make a difference. But I don't know. Just give something, please. Wonders if Dia realizes not saying the word won't help. If someone takes offense to your chat, you can be sued. 3 recent cases make precedents. Vossi, Rancy. I know, that's why I haven't said the word. I can totally believe what I hear is going on in South Africa. Given my childhood memories, Ghana, Accra, crime is off the charts. Bribes were needed to get anything done. Corrupt as hell. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The black government hasn't built any schools since 1997. I don't know if that's true. I'll take your word for it. That's ridiculous. Exactly, SD. The hypocrisy of Western governments is nothing less than criminal. Indeed. Good, just saying. I know you don't like me very much, just saying, but I think it's good that you donate to him. I think that's really good. There's a YouTube producer, Loving Life, who's something. I'll send some shekels his way soon as I get home from work. Thank you, Sputnik. That's really nice. Yeah, donate to him, not my channel. Donate to Johan. I'm just gonna resend him the thing again. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Antonik. But that's on Facebook, I think, what you're saying. But either way, I think there's a way that I can make it so that the live chat doesn't show up. I think that's an option. I'm not really sure. That is the point of the 3 cases. But anyway, whatever. No, you're right. I'm aware of that. I'm well aware of it. And Political Posting Mama is my friend. And yeah, the fact that she's had to deal with that is ridiculous. Something someone else writes. It's so stupid. But that's not the subject of today, is it? I don't know if we'll get him back. I think that was it. But yeah. He knew he was coming on my channel. I wish he'd had his phone fully charged. That's the what ifs of it all. The case of the Irish family who were recently threatened with deportation for having a sick child shows how anti-white the Australian government is. How's your show doing today? Hi, Gabriel. How are you? My guest, his phone died, so that's why I'm talking to myself at the moment. Get the white South Africans out, then leave Africa to its own destiny. Oh, shalom, shalom. Okay, that's... I think his phone is... I think he's trying to click back into it.
Hello.
Hi, what's happening?
Sorry, I think it's the internet because it's throwing me off the whole time.
That's okay.
That's
all right.
Yeah.
No, don't be upset. It's okay. I'm not annoyed. I'd be annoyed if it was any other guest, but because it's you, it's okay. Usually I get angry when people are unprepared, but I don't I shouldn't even admit that to you. But yeah, just generally speaking, you've done nothing wrong, like it's not your fault. I wanted to ask you what did I want to ask you? I wanted to ask you about other people. So obviously you have Indians, and then you have black people, and then you have colored people. The colored people are technically a mix of white and black. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and all of them are considered genuine South Africans, correct? Under the new sanctions?
Yes, under the new sanctions, yes.
Except if you're white. So if you're a person who is half white, half black, well, what is that person still accepted in society?
In the black society, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the black society sometimes chase them away.
Yeah.
I did see it on several times. Some of them are accepted by them, and the others are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about like more people like Jewish people, Spanish, like Latino people, Greek people,
Yeah.
people who are European or not necessarily European? Where are they? Where would they be today in South Africa, as opposed to where they would have been before 1994 during apartheid? Would they be considered coloured as well?
No,
No. So a Jewish person isn't considered coloured; they're white.
no. My niece was 1984.
Sure.
That's so when apartheid was there. She was married to a Chinese guy,
Oh, okay.
and
Chinese is
they
considered
accept
normal.
they accept every one of them. And he's not a Christian. Sorry to say that, but
No,
you
yeah.
know the Chinese. South Africa accept him. He did start a business on that time in the Eastern Cape.
Mm,
The old Mr. Rooster and that Burger King. It's now all over the world.
yeah.
They all accept him. So there was no such a thing as, no, you're too black or you're too white.
Oh, okay.
Apartheid was, and a lot of people don't see it the right it was. We were not allowed in the same schools because they said black people must do their own school, white people their own school.
So what
That
happened
was
to the Chinese, the Jews, the Greeks, the Latinos? I don't imagine you'd have any Colombians there like me, but like,
no, there is Colombians. There is.
oh, there is.
You know,
I didn't think there was.
you know a lot.
Really?
Yes, there is. I helped two ladies about 3 months ago, taking them to the airport.
There were
They
Colombians.
asked me for the yes, Colombian.
Oh, like me.
Sharon or something was the one's name. I took them to the airport because they said they were scared to take public transport.
Oh, sure. So you
Yeah,
do driving for
but
people as well?
yes, I'm trying to do that. I advertise, and if they need to go somewhere, and because I've got my car, and at
Mm,
this point, as I said, I'm sitting doing nothing and getting old.
mm,
I also help some people with training. If someone's got a job, I did help two black guys about a year ago,
mm,
and I trained them after hours how to fix the public buses, the
mm.
suspension on the bus. Because they said they got the job, but they got no experience, and now they must start working.
Yeah.
I
Well,
took them in and I showed them the basics that they can just work.
during apartheid, when the buses
Yeah.
were white buses and black buses, where do the Indians and the Jews and the Spanish people, where do those people sit? Because in
On the
America,
whiteboard.
on the white bus.
Yes.
Okay,
And
that's what I
some
was
of them
curious.
in the bus.
Sorry.
Apartheid era, one day in school, I was driving a small motorbike from the house to the school.
Mm-hmm.
I was still in apartheid in the 80s in school.
Mm-hmm.
And the one day my motorbike broke down and I took a black taxi, a black bus to my house. And I was sitting with the blacks.
Mm. Okay.
This phone is, this internet is buggering around here.
That's okay. I can still hear you, so that's okay.
Yeah.
But you're probably gonna die again. It's probably gonna get off again.
Now the internet shows me there's no connection or something.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I can still hear you.
You can.
I can hear you, so that's okay. If I can't see you, but I can still hear you. Does anyone have questions for Johan? Let me go up and see if anyone has any good questions. Oh, are you gone?
No, I'm here.
Sorry. Actually, this isn't a question that I'm reading. It's just something that came to my mind. What are your thoughts on Zimbabwe? Do you believe what's happening in South Africa is a repeat of what happened in Zimbabwe?
We're going there strongly.
Yeah.
Because I take it 25 years ago, Zimbabwe was a beautiful country.
Yeah.
It was seriously a beautiful country. And now when you go there, it doesn't look that good. It seriously doesn't look good.
Okay. And is Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, is that the same country?
Yes, Zimbabwe was the old Rhodesia, yes.
I felt stupid for a second. I thought so, yeah.
It was a very nice, clean country. There was 99% of the people there were black, but it was a clean, beautiful country.
And then they kicked out all of the white people, and now it's doing horrible.
A mess. There is more Zimbabwean people in South Africa now than there is in Zimbabwe itself.
I'm not surprised. There's a pattern here.
Because they're coming to work here. They said there's no work, there's no food. What must they do?
Let's see if I can find any good questions in the chat.
And we're going there. I can promise you. Take my word for it today. Come and look after 3 or 4 years here.
Yeah. Well, I've pleaded with everyone watching to please donate to you. How many donations have you gotten?
I didn't check now. It was not a lot, but I will check now.
I'm the one pressuring them out of curiosity. Just don't. No, he hasn't said anything. It was my idea. He didn't even know I wanted to do the donation thing. Everyone, I was the one that said, "Give me your PayPal link because we're going to make this a donation chat."
Hello.
Yeah, sorry. I can't. No one's sending any good questions. So, so is there anything that you want to say?
All I can ask is the world must stop hearing stories, see what's going on here, and start praying for us, because I don't think the human being can stop this. Only God can.
God is a man of a being, a holy being, and what I'm a Christian. I'm a devout Christian. I'm not the best Christian in the world, and I don't even think I'm a good person. I don't think there's such a thing as a good person. But
there isn't.
No, but I do believe that that only with Christ can we overcome things. But I don't understand how someone like you can hold on to your faith, knowing full well. I'm not telling you to blame God at all, because I don't think it's God's fault. But your faith is being tested, and the fact that you're still holding on to it is, in my opinion, quite amazing.
One thing I didn't want to put on air, but I'm feeling, why not? I lost my daughter.
Oh, you did?
She passed away, yes. She was 6 months old. Because the one day in the hospital, I'm not allowed to say the name.
Okay, don't do it. Yeah.
The black doctor, a lady, refused to help me with my daughter when she's got a lung infection. I pick up my daughter, I walk to her and I said, please help me, my child can't breathe, and my child passed away in my arms. So if people don't realize, seriously, this is what's going on in South Africa. I lost my brother, I lost my child because of black hate against me. What else must they believe? It's like in that day, I was having a job by a logistic company. I asked the black manager, listen, my child passed away, can I have a week off? And he fired me on the spot. He said, you don't have time to do this. So in my heart, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to help them, and I'm still helping them. I can't put hate for everyone.
No.
But the world must realize people like me are suffering here. We are struggling to survive, and no one is just caring a shit about us. Yeah. Because now it's South Africa. They must do their own thing. But do you think that is right from them, from the blacks, that they killed my daughter. I said they killed her because she refused to help me with my daughter, 6 months old when she was sick. Eh? Must I, in my heart, say, no, I forgive you, life goes on? It's difficult. That is seriously difficult. I must look every day at that picture and say, yeah, that black woman killed my daughter, but I must be faithful. I must go on and just accept the world is now not, we don't have a right here anymore. Why don't we have a right here anymore?
I don't know.
And I didn't want to say it on your, but I feel, why mustn't people know it?
So they just decided not to help your daughter because they hate
I
you.
went to 4 hospitals that night. I told them, listen, I've got some cash. Let me see a doctor. 4 of them said to me, no, it's late. The doctors are sleeping now. I went to the last one. They said, okay, bring her in. The black lady was sitting there. They introduced her, that's the doctor, and she refused to help me. From 10 o'clock that night until the next morning, 6 o'clock. I can see my daughter can't breathe nice. I pick her up again from the bed. I said, please, doctor, she can't breathe, help me. And then my daughter just make a funny noise in my arms and she passed away. And this doctor said, sit, let me give you injection for the stress. Why will she give me injection for the stress? My daughter passed away. She refused to help me. I opened the case by the hospital and it's now 8 years, and until today, no one called me about that case. No one. And that doctor is still working. So she's allowed to take a life. Other people are allowed to kill my brother. I must go all that mess and blood and everything, but that is part of life because we bad. Everyone saying was white are bad. I'm struggling here. There's no support from anyone, not from the government, not from all these political parties that say they will protect us. No one.
They're scared.
No one will protect us. You can vote for any party in South Africa, they won't support you. And I'm willing to go public with that and take them on because I'm the living proof of where's my support.
What about
I was working,
civil war?
I think one of these days it's gonna happen. I'm not the one who wants it to happen. I still got my children.
Just because there's only 8%
I still got
people. Like in a country of 80, I'm not good at maths. What, 100? Hang on, 99, 98, 97, 65, 43, 92. 92% black people, 8% white people. That's not, the numbers aren't good there.
The numbers are not good, and according to the new one, it's 94% black. And now you must remember the other 6%, they count everyone except black, and that's 6%. So white, if you're going to calculate it right, is 1.3%.
Yeah.
If you calculate it right, we take out the Jewish people, we take out the colored, we take out the Indians. Then white is 1.3% in South Africa.
Oh, wow. That's very little.
And you can go and do the statistics on that one. We did do it.
Yeah.
Because then you take all the colors, all the Indians, all the people from Europe and all that people. You take them out. You take South Africans.
Yeah.
We're only 1.3%.
Well, in the past, one of the questions in the chat, this is actually a good question, so I'm going to ask it. In the past, in South Africa, there obviously used to be tension between the Boers and the English who settled the land. I know that you are a descendant of the Boers.
Yeah.
The question is there still tension between the English and the Afrikaners?
No.
No, there isn't. You guys have your own struggles. Like I already knew the answer to that, but I thought I'd ask you. It was a good question.
I think the English are going through the same stress as us.
Yes.
If they stay here, not the ones who stay still in England or wherever, but the ones who stay here go through the same as us.
I sometimes wonder. Go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
There's no such a thing if they attack you or victimize you. Are you English? You Boer? They see the skin color, and then they go for it. That is what they go into. There is no such thing. And there's living proof of black and white who stays together like peaceful people, but there's groups of them who just hate us. And I can't explain. I said to the one guy the one day, what did I do to you? Nothing. Nothing against your family. I was not there even with that apartheid eras. I was in school there and I didn't do anything wrong. And he said to me, but my father told me you guys are bad, so you are bad. So that's intimidation from other parties that tell him they are bad, kill them, getting over with. And they're just going on and on and on.
Yeah.
How many lives me and my family still lose before? I don't say the world must take action and come and take over South Africa, but something must happen here.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, you know how everyone talks about the genocide of the Jews that happened during the time of the Holocaust,
Yeah.
and the world stayed silent. Now, I don't care to discuss the politics of whether it really happened or the whole of fake or whatever. The point is that the understanding is that people were quiet during a horrible time. That's happening
They were
now.
quiet.
People are being quiet during a horrible time. Why isn't the UN helping you? Why isn't white South African actresses like Charlize Theron doing something? Why aren't people doing anything? Like, what the hell?
I think people are scared to involve themselves because then they will be victimized.
Yes, exactly. You're not wrong.
Because like Charlize Theron, she will be victimized there in America.
Yeah, she would be.
Why are you helping the whites? Why aren't you helping the poor black? The blacks are not poor anymore. The people must get, that's a fact in life. They're not poor anymore.
I believe you. I'm sure there
Some
are
of them
more,
in
but
Zimbabwe and Kenya and that's, yes, there is still. But here in South Africa, there's more white people sleeping hungry every night than black people. That I can show you.
Is there another country within Africa that you could move to? Could you move to Zimbabwe? Could you move to I don't know what country there is doing well in Africa. I'm sure there's one country in Africa with a good economy. Ethiopia.
Not at this stage because
Angola is actually the highest, the best economy in Africa. Now that I remember, Angola. Couldn't you like move like to another African location rather than to at least in the meantime, or do you not want to leave like your land or something?
no, I don't worry about my land anymore. I'm worried about my safety.
Yeah.
And my family safety. That is my main concern now.
So is there another country within Africa? Because I happen to know that Angola is the best economy in Africa, to my knowledge. That's what I think my friend Kwaku told me. Like, is there, or could you live in a gated community? I have a documentary called Mandela's Children. And in this documentary, there are Jews, there are Indians, there are blacks, there are Greeks, and there are whites, all of which are poor and all of which are rich and poor, rich white people, rich black people. This is an old documentary, by the way. It's quite a while ago, but the point is that many of them live in gated communities because that's safer. Could you a gated community? Could you work for a black family, a Christian black family in a gated community or something as like the handyman, and your wife could be like, I don't know, the maid or something? I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
I tried that in Congo and I applied there for a job.
The Congo, that's okay. What happened? Isn't the Congo the highest rape capital of the world next to Sweden?
Yes, but I applied for a job on the mines.
Oh, okay.
And they said to me, my family can't come with me.
Oh.
So my concern is, and I think Angola will be the same situation because I know some people who work there. You can work there for 6 months and then you must come back. But now I must leave my family alone.
No, you can't leave your family. You have to keep them safe.
That is my biggest concern. And I know you say that I know the economic is strong, but the crime rate is also very high in Angola. I'm not saying all Africa are bad.
Oh,
There's
no,
some beautiful
South Africa.
places and
Mm,
places will give me a good salary, but I can't take my family with me.
yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm a father who looks after my two sons that I've got. I can't put them in the street and then I will go and work and send them money. I must look after them.
No, of course, yeah. So if you could move to another country and work in mines or something, you would
I
only
will go
do it
anywhere.
you would only do it if they accepted the whole family.
Listen, let us talk straight. For the first 6 months, yeah, I will go alone and settle in and see if everything is all right. They can stay with my sister and then they will be safe there. But at the long run, I don't want to work, for example, there in Australia, but my family is here.
No.
My sons, I need to see them.
Of course.
And we talk about it a lot of times. I said to them even, I'm willing to go 1 year, 12 months without you and go and work and try to settle in another place anywhere in the world. Got to have a future for my children.
Yeah. Well,
what the future? I'm few years, 20 years from now, I'm gone. But I can still work 20 years and I can still provide and I can still help a lot of people in my life.
well, what about have you tried, because from what I know, the countries that are accepting white South African farmers are Poland, Russia, and America because of Trump. Have you tried any of those countries? I know you've tried New Zealand, because you told me that off camera.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. And America, we're busy with it. We're doing the paperwork and we check what is there now.
Good.
But
and what about your country of I know you were born in South Africa. I know you are a proud South African, but your lineage is Dutch. Have you tried the motherland?
No, I did not try them yet. Because through resources. No, but through resources and some people we talk to who tried that, say you can't just go there. You must have that family there must accept you.
Oh, couldn't they?
Yeah, there were some of my other family members who tried that about a year, 2 years ago.
And it didn't work?
No, you must know people by name, by house, and they must take you in their house.
Okay,
and then they must provide for you.
Because yeah, I understand what you're saying, because I was looking at things and there are Hungarians that left Hungary years and years ago. It was like over 400 years ago, and they left, and there's a community of Hungarians living in Africa somewhere, and they've now miscegenated, but they are allowed to go back and claim Hungarian citizenship. It's the same with the Jews. If the Jews leave, it doesn't matter, because their heritage, their blood, ties them to the land. So
yes, but as I said, you must have that family, that immediate family.
Yeah.
And then you can do that. And I don't know anybody. My father passed away 2 years ago, so I don't know who to contact there or nothing.
Well, you got to get your work on your family tree, because I'm sure they wouldn't want to hear that you're suffering.
Yes, I will start that today also.
I think so, yeah. Or maybe someone after today might do something nice and sponsor you. I don't know.
Maybe there's a miracle coming my side, and then I can go and anywhere and just start over again. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've told the chat to send you money. I don't know how many will. I hope you get some. I'm sending you some, by the way.
Thank you for that.
That's okay. I don't get paid until next week, but definitely. I am gonna send you what I can. If I could, I'd do my whole entire pay packet for you.
No, you can't expect that for anyone.
No. I know. I would definitely like to do that. I asked the people in the chat to send super chats, but it's best if they don't send them and they just send the money directly to you. So everyone in the chat, please do this. I don't often ask. Actually, I rarely ask. If like maybe 4 times have I asked for money. Have you ever thought about like going on a boat, being a pirate, and just like landing in some other country?
Yeah, I will jump on that boat tonight. I promise you.
Oh.
I will leave everything here that I got, and I will jump. I'll take my 2 sons and my baby dog. That one I won't leave behind.
What about your wife and your sister?
Yeah, my sister will never. As I told you, the thing she went through, she's under therapy. She can't get over this. She seriously can't. There was a lot of times they call me. I visit her in hospital. She's get like panic attacks.
Yeah.
I think she must go anyway. She must. The doctors here are helping her.
Are they good doctors?
She's got a good old doctor. Yes, he's helping her a lot.
But the doctors didn't help your baby girl. So how do you know they're helping your sister?
That was a racist black lady. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I begged her, please come and help me. My daughter can't breathe. And she just say, I'm tired. I'm tired. This whole time she said to me, I'm tired.
Well, she's got blood on her hands, doesn't she?
Yeah. One day she will stand there and tell her what she did.
She'll go to hell.
No, I hope they don't take her. She must just go in the universe somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well, we've done the full hour today. So today, is it Wednesday there as well?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm going to pray for you.
Thank you for that.
That's okay. I'm definitely going to pray for you. And I really hope you get some help with the donations. I would say that you should just I don't know, I have no right to give you any advice, but I think you should try to find family members in the Netherlands. I think you should apply for Angola. I think you should apply for Zimbabwe, USA. Hopefully maybe someone might sponsor you. I don't know how it works. You should try my country, my parents' country, try Spain, try Colombia. I don't know. There's nothing particularly great about those countries at the moment, but you're definitely safer there than you are where you are.
So tell your parents you got my number, they must call me. I will visit them.
Well, my parents are now here in Australia, but my family in Colombia. The thing is with Colombia, because of socialism, a lot of the Venezuelans have left and they're now living in Colombia. So there's a huge migration problem because of all the Venezuelans. Yeah. But I'm sure they'd love to have a white South African.
Yeah, I hope so.
You'd have to learn Spanish.
I'm still trying my best, and thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like you have to just, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works when you try to apply for living in other countries. I don't know how it works, but I think you should apply for every single one you possibly can, and the one that accepts you, just jump on it and go.
I'm jumping it as soon anything that's coming my way and I'm waiting for that thing to happen the last few years now. If anything happens, anyone is willing to take us in anywhere. South African guys, we can work. We're not scared to work.
Definitely.
And we got all the things. So I'm just praying every day that someone will see us and help us. That's all.
Well, I wish.
Because I don't want to run away. I've got a beautiful country.
Yeah.
And I love it here. I tell them all the time, when we started this thing, I think we must go away. I said to them, I will seriously miss my country because I love it here.
I know.
It's nice, it's beautiful, the weather is nice. But if I need to stay wherever, I'm willing to go anywhere because I can't see my family suffering all the time because if it was my mistake and I did do something wrong, I will stand for that. And then I will say to my family, listen, I was doing the wrong. But I didn't do anything.
I know you didn't do anything.
If I were a racist and I hate black people, that was also, then it was my mistake. But I don't. As I told you, I believe anyone in the world has a right to stay here.
Yeah.
Anyone. There is no such thing, no, I'm better than you. That is the problem in our world. People are scared because they will be victimized, and the other ones say, no, I'm better than you. That's why you're struggling and I'm not. But we're all human.
I think a true racist would just say, I hate black people. Like, a true racist would be proud of it.
Listen, in my experience, in working experience, I did learn from white and I did learn from black. My first supervisor when I was out of school was a black guy. And he learned me a lot when I was start working in prison. He showed me the ropes around what to do, what not to do, what to look out for. I was stabbed in my ribs 91. And he helped me that day. No one, he was with me on duty and he helped me. He stopped the bleeding. He took me to hospital. So why must I hate people who, if there is good on them?
Yes.
I can't hate them. And I don't hate. I'm just praying that people's eyes will go open.
Yeah.
Because why, if this, we can't survive with only, if there were only whites or only Colombians or only blacks, this country will be boring. The whole world will be boring.
Yeah, that's very true.
But the world needs to work together but there is some people who must, I don't know where to send them. I think all those people in all over the world that's been racist against any culture, they must all go and stay together on one island and kill each other. Maybe it will be a safer place.
Oh, it's very sad. It's very depressing. But you're right. Like, you're very authentic. I can agree with the sentiment, and I will put you in my prayers, and I will continue to annoy the hell out of people and make sure that they donate something to you.
Thank you for that.
I'm very persistent. This is why I get half the interviews that I get with the famous people that I've been able to interview, because I don't leave them alone until I get my interviews. So yes. Hopefully I can use my evil powers for good, and I can use it so that you can get some donations of some sort. And I wish you all the greatest luck and blessings in the world when it comes to finding asylum somewhere else, because I don't think anything good is happening for you right now in your country.
No, but thank you for that. And I believe you will also go a long way with your show. If you like that, I think you will help a lot of people. And one day you will be blessed for that. Thank you.
Oh, that's all right. Just before I go, I wanted to ask you what you thought of, because it was something I wanted to ask you before. What were your thoughts on Lauren Southern and the documentary she made?
Of who?
Lauren Southern. Do you know who that is? Lauren Southern?
It was very nice.
You saw her documentary?
Good. A bit of it, yes, and it was very good.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah, a bit. I didn't see the whole thing, but the piece I did see was good.
Yeah, it's good to
but
have.
As I said to you, my internet is stupid. Yeah, go on and off. So I can't. I don't know if there's a signal problem or something wrong here.
That's fair enough. Okay, well, everyone, please donate. If everyone just literally just donated $10 each, that would make a huge significance. And just so you're aware, next Wednesday, my guest is Bill Muhlenberg. Bill Muhlenberg is a writer. He's a Christian writer, and he's fighting the same fight that we are against the left and against Marxism. So Yes, but just between now and then, donate. Do not donate to my channel. Donate to Johan and his family, please. Yeah, okay. Someone in the chat is saying the world has not forgotten you and we are pushing for your cause. So I hope that gives you some level of hope.
Thank you. That's saying thank you.
Yes, someone in the chat just said that they sent you some shekels. So you're getting some donations. I wish it was a lot. And I know that you're getting what they can give you, which is good. Like they're doing what they can, but I wish I could just give you like, $10,000 I wish I could do that for you. But I can't.
Thank you. But God bless you.
No worries. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate your time. You're a good man, and we're all sinners, but we all deserve to be treated as human beings, and we don't deserve to be treated the way the white people are being treated there. And I'm against all kinds of racism. I was against it. I was against it when it was happening to black people, and I'm against it now when it's happening to white people. I'm consistent.
Do we agree 100%?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
No worries. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.